Hey guys, today I'm going to give you a little bit of exam or whatever studies motivation because I am in the middle of an exam season right now. Like I am suffering it right now. I am in the battlefield right now in the middle of that. Well, yeah, kind of in the middle. Cuz here's the thing. I have a few exams. I had 3 exams this week in December, and then I have another 3 exams in January, right? And and normally I study with time, you know what I mean? Especially since I started college, I would start with a little bit more time, and I don't like looking at things for the first time the day before the exam, especially like when I started college because like you have to study a lot more and shit. So I don't like to leave things for the last minute because it makes me nervous. I mean, you can definitely learn things in the last minute or memorize things in the last minute, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it's like better if you study for like longer, and and also it makes you less nervous. You're just less nervous about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I like to, you know what I mean? Like I like to be confident with things, so I like to look at them a lot, right? But I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like because I'm doing a master's degree right now, and I don't know if it's the motivation, the fact that I didn't want to. Let's be honest, I didn't want to do a master's degree in the first place, and sometimes it hits me. I will admit it. Sometimes it hits me. Like it sounds really good and all of that stuff, but then it's like the studying life, like the student life, is not like people try to romanticize it, but it's not that pretty. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's better than the real world." Some jobs are better than studying. And if you think about it, like studying, like if you really take it seriously, like you're studying for hours and hours and hours, for days and days and days on end. And sometimes you don't even have holidays and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and if you fail, you have to study for the exam again. You know what I mean? I'm a responsible student. Like, there were so many times in when I was doing the degree where I was like, am I free? Like, am I a free person? Like, am I free to do whatever I want? No, because I have to study. I have responsibilities, and I was still really scared, and things were still really hard. So it's like, I don't know. I wasn't, for a long time, I wasn't having fun. I wasn't hanging out with my friends so much. I mean, not that my friends were like hanging out a lot anyway, but like, I don't know. I just felt, you know what I mean? Like hopeless, and I didn't feel free because I was like, when am I going to live my life? It almost feels like I'm always studying or procrastinating or entertaining myself or going for walks and sleeping, and like what am I doing that's like cool, you know what I mean? What am I doing that's like, that really fulfills the meaning of life, you know what I mean? That really like makes me feel good, and what I was saying, yapping a lot, what I was saying is that studying is hard, and getting organized is really hard. And especially, I didn't feel this when I was doing the degree because I was like, even though nobody likes studying, I was like, well, I mean, at least I wanted to have a degree. And I didn't put on lip gloss. Where is it? Well, anyway, whatever. And I wanted to have a degree, so I guess that was like my motivation, and I wanted to finish that degree in 4 years. But right now with this master's degree, even though it's just 1 year, because there's like master's degrees of 2 3 years, but this one is just 1 year. That's why I chose it. And they offered it in my school. What? Wait, I have a bit of a cold. Anyway, so I don't know. I was demotivated because I was like, I'm not sure I like accounting as much as I thought, and I don't want to be an auditor. Like, I have a bunch of auditing subjects since I'm doing a master's in accounting and auditing, and I was like, I'm not sure I want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? I don't want to be someone who's working, from sunrise to sunset, and like doing things that are so not maybe not so complicated, but just like I'm a little bit absent-minded. You know what I mean? Like I can make mistakes, and like these things you have to like put all of your focus the whole time. I was like, I don't know if I'm the most suitable person to do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm hardworking, but I'm not sure. And even if I was like great at it, just because you're good at something, you have to do it. Just because I was a good student, let's say I have to pursue like an academic life, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, be an academic or something. I don't know. I mean, the idea sounds appealing, but I think it's an ego thing. I think that's my ego that's talking when I'm like, what if I wasn't like, what if I became an academic? Bitch, you don't want to be an academic. Let's be fucking real. But the thing is like, I don't want this job and stuff. And it was really hard. When you're demotivated, it's hard. So it was really hard for me to study and to get organized because I was like, and I wanted to make videos because I was like, I'm so bad at organizing my time. I was like, I want to, for the first time in my life, I want to make videos. I want to try to juggle it, and I want to actually do it. But then the thing is, when you make a video, not only do you make it, but also you watch it. I like watching them, even if I'm like, okay, I'm posting this. Like, whatever happens, like, I'm posting it. I'm happy with how it turned out. Like, as I was filming, I was like, this turned out good. Like, I like it. But I don't know. Then I watch it, you know what I mean? Like, because I want to make sure that it's good, whatever. And then I check on it. I look at, I don't know, I like going to my channel and looking at it and seeing the videos that I've made. Like, nobody watches my videos right now, but like looking at my videos and seeing all the videos that I've made, like, this is my video number 52 on this channel. Like, it's so cool. I don't know, I'm just so proud of this. I don't know, I'm really proud of this channel because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it could help people. Like, I feel like it really can help you because, like, I'm talking from my experience and the things that I'm learning along the way. You know what I mean? So I feel like this can have a meaning and it can be helpful for other people. So it's really fulfilling. Why am I yapping so much? I don't even know what I was talking about. So, demotivated. I was demotivated. And then exams happened. I had an exam on Monday, another one on Wednesday, and another one on Friday. On the Friday's one, so Friday is today, that was the hardest one. Like, the hardest one. Like, I was shitting myself. Like, I was so scared. It's consolidation of financial statements. You have to consolidate shit. It's really hard. Not that we were going that, hardcore into it, but the thing is, like, it was hard, right? It was one of the hardest subjects in this master's degree. And then the other two subjects were easier. And, like, one of them was, like, easy, but it's like, okay, have I started studying? No. And then the other one was a little bit harder, but, like, the teacher is so nice, and she tells us, like, more or less what we have to learn and what's more important, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, she's really nice, but if she wasn't like that, it would be harder. And I was kind of just, I don't know, I think I was, like, not worrying as much. Even I was like, I should be so worried. I should be studying so hard right now, and I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I was studying, but then I was like, here's the thing, because, like, when you gain, like, momentum and stuff like that, when you're like, okay, I'm starting to do this thing, and then I'm starting to, like, go, like, full in, but then, like, I hung out with two of my friends on Tuesday, and then I hung out with another friend on Friday, because I always say no to, well, it's not that I say no to things, but, like, I never hung out with friends too much during the degree, and now that I have the opportunity to hang out with friends, if my friends are free or whatever, okay, I have things to do, but, like, let's be honest, I was going to procrastinate anyway. So I can make a wiser use of my time, or a more clever use of my time, and I can just, you know what I mean, hang out with them, you know what I mean? I was like, I mean, at the end of the day, you only live once, and, like, if I fail these exams, like, I can always do it again, you know what I mean? It's not like nobody died, you know what I mean? Like, but then I'm like, I don't know, because there was a subject, right? It was in November. I didn't get that good of a grade. Like, it was the lowest grade. Like, apart from one subject that was, like, insane, it was the lowest grade I've ever gotten in university. Like, for a subject, like, for a final grade. I think it was probably the lowest grade ever. But I passed, right? Which is the important thing. But I was always like, as long as I pass, like, who cares? It's the same amount of credits, you know what I mean? If I got good grades, it's because I was shitting myself. I was really scared, and I studied really hard, and so I ended up getting good grades. But I was okay with just passing. But that grade was one of the lowest I've ever gotten. And it hit me. I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I was like, my grade is low, you know what I mean? That's when I was like, wait, did I actually like getting good grades? Like, I mean, who doesn't like it? But, like, what I'm saying is, I got so used to getting good grades that when I got a lower one, I was like, I almost was, like, unsatisfied, because I was like, I could have done better. But then it's like, you passed, bitch. You don't even want to be here. You don't even want to be an accountant. You don't even want to do this master's degree. You're doing it because you feel forced to do it, because you don't have a better plan right now. So, you know what I mean? I was like, calm the fuck down. I mean, at the end of the day, I tell myself all these things, and it's like, okay, whatever. Like, that was a month ago. Like, nobody remembers that. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? But also, I felt this pressure. I'm talking about everything today. I felt this pressure because I'm always talking about it. It seems like I'm bragging, but I'm not. I won an award for having the best academic record in my degree, business, and you kind of feel pressure because it's like, I never cared what other people think about my grades, but then it's like, my teachers know. Like, some of my teachers congratulated me because they knew that I won, and my classmates as well. Like, everybody knows, you know what I mean? Like, everybody around me knows. And sometimes when I study for exams, I'm like, if I don't get the best grade, or if I don't get, I wouldn't get the best grades, like, always, during the degree. Like, matter of fact, a lot of the times I wasn't the highest grade. It's just that consistently I had good grades, right? And other people were not so consistent. But the thing is, and nobody cares about this, like, you know what I mean? Nobody cares what you got, like, what grade you got at the end of the day. But I was like, I felt some form of pressure also, because I was like, what if I fail a subject? You know what I mean? Like, what if this is never going to happen? But it's just in my head. I was like, what if the teacher tells me, like, you won an award for having the best academic record. Like, what happened today? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? You even failed this thing. Like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to be giving explanations like, professor, I was demotivated. I don't want to give that excuse. What am I going to say? Well, I didn't study enough. Like, that's it. I didn't study enough. That is the perfect excuse because it is the truth. You know what I mean? I just didn't study enough. It is true, and it is, it is mature to say that. But the thing is, I don't know. I was demotivated. I felt that pressure. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of things that I was feeling. And I ended up getting a good grade. I ended up getting 70-something, 80-something% in the exams from Monday and Wednesday, which thank God, because I was so nervous. I mean, those subjects were a little bit easier. And then on Friday, I was shitting myself because I was like, oh my God, I didn't study enough for this subject. Like, normally I study a lot for the subjects that are harder. But for this one, I didn't have a lot of time. And I genuinely thought, there's so many times where I genuinely thought I was going to fail. But in this one, I was like, I didn't study this because I didn't have time. I didn't study that because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be on the test, which never happened during the degree. Like, I would always study everything, and I mean everything. If there's something that the professor says, this is not going to be in the exam, okay, I won't study that. But, like, if they don't say anything, I will study it, like, everything, because everything could be on the test. And I remember there was this one subject. The only fucking thing I didn't study was a fucking formula that the professor did not even explain. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be on the test because they didn't even explain it. It was on the fucking test. It was on the fucking final. I saw that formula and I was like, I know exactly what formula this is. What did I say? I know exactly what formula this is. It's exactly the thing that I didn't study. I ended up getting a good grade, but I was like, this is fucking insane. But anyway, he didn't explain it. Anyway, he was a good person, but an idiot. I didn't say his name, so yeah. But the thing is, like, it was the first time I did not study this. I did not study that. Like, some things, it was a lack of time. And the other things, I was like, this is not even going to be on the exam. Like, the cool thing about this master's degree is that a lot of teachers told us what's going to be in the exam and what's not. But sometimes they change their minds. So, I don't know. It seems as though they changed their minds because it's like, wait, she said this one day, and then she said this other thing the other day. What do I do? Might as well just study everything. And, but I ended up doing well. She was like, well, I asked for a few tutorships and stuff like that, and she saw that me and other people were asking for tutorships. We had worked hard during the semester, and she was like, I decided to make the exam, easier for you guys to, like, get good grades and stuff. And I was like, thank God. I was still, like, really scared during the exam, as always, because I thought I wasn't going to get the results right, but I was like, I don't know. I got everything well. Like, not everything well, but, like, everything, like, I got the same numbers on both sides of the accounting entry, so I was like, I guess the numbers are correct, or what if it's not the correct numbers, but they're just even on both sides. I don't fucking know. But I don't know, I had a good feeling about the exam. I was like, this is insane. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve things because I'm like, I did not study. I could have easily failed. Like, if the exam had been a little bit harder, I would have fucking flunked it. And I was thinking about it during the exam. I was like, if this was harder, I would fucking flunk it. But anyway, life decided to be nice to me in that moment. And I feel like I don't deserve it because I didn't study hard enough. But I have another 3 exams in January. So then I am actually going to work my ass off because those 3 subjects are harder in general. And some of the teachers are not that nice. So I'm going to have to study my ass off. But I don't know, this is just a constant struggle when you're a student. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to ramble a little bit about this. So I guess, like, the moral of the story is it's okay to be demotivated. It's okay to have moments where you're like, I don't recognize myself. Like, normally I study like this and I'm not doing that. And it's okay to not say no to things. Like, I had a lot of fun when I was hanging out with my friends. I don't regret it. I hung out 2 or 3 times with one of my friends. Another time with 2 of my friends. Like, and I had some of the coolest experiences ever. You know what I mean? I went to the club, which I haven't been to the club in months. I also went ice skating, which was really, really, really fun. I don't know. Just try to live your life and try to juggle things. And and even I was talking to my parents, and I don't know, I haven't been talking for that long. But I have been talking for half an hour. Or maybe I'm just talking really fast. I don't know. But anyway, I'm probably just overwhelming you right now. Anyway, so even I was talking to my parents the other day because I was like, I feel so bad because, like, I was trying to juggle, you know what I mean? Like, all during my whole, like, let's say university experience, whatever, every semester I would try to juggle school with content, and in every semester I would fail. And then I would be like, okay, let's just focus on exams and that's it. Let's make content later, whatever. But this time I was like, I am tired, because when am I going to take control of my life? When am I going to take control of what happens? Like, if I want to make content, if I want to be a content creator, how am I going to be a content creator without making content? So that is why I was like, I have to make content. You know what I mean? I have to find a way to juggle it. I was like, imagine it's mandatory. Imagine I have to obligatorily make content and then just force myself to juggle it. And even the few days before the exam, I was like making content. It was, I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible. I'm just bad at it. But maybe that's just an excuse. I don't know. But it kind of slows you down, because you're not just thinking about one thing. You're thinking about more than one thing. So it does slow you down a little bit, and you have less time to focus on that thing. So I don't know. I think it's okay to figure things out as you go. I think it's okay to, you know what I mean? Like, and I was telling my parents about this, and I was like, I regret it. You know what I mean? Like, I regret not having studied harder, and, having procrastinated and all that stuff. I regret maybe hanging out with my friends. Maybe I shouldn't have, whatever. And my friends and my parents always encourage me to, hang out with my friends and stuff, because I don't hang out with my friends often, because, like, they live kind of far away and we're all, like, doing school and stuff. So it's not that easy. So my parents were like, listen, and they know what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Like, my parents are, I'm probably going to get emotional. My parents are really my pillars in life, but they were like, do not regret it. Do not regret it. Listen, like, you don't hang out with your friends often. It was fine. Do not regret having hung out with your friends. Do not regret having had fun. Do not regret having, try to juggle things. Do not regret, like, this and that. Just focus on the time that you have. Just, like, whatever, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, if you fail, like, it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? You can always, like, do the exam later. But then it's like, of course you don't want to fail, because it's like, if I don't want to study for the exam now, I'm not going to want to study it again in May or June or something. So, my parents were like, just study, focus, try to pass with the time that you have, try to get the best result you can get. I don't know, with this time, you know what I mean? Just focus on what's happening right now, and just don't look back. Just don't look back. I just farted. Did you hear that? Anyway, I don't know. I've been having diarrhea because I'm so nervous. I was nervous. I'm not anymore, but I don't know. I have exams in, like, what, 2-3 weeks, something. So yeah, I don't know. I think the moral of the story is, for the second time, do not regret things. If you had fun, if you whatever, okay, it's fine. Try to work your ass off the time that you have to work your ass off. And if you want to have fun, do it. If you want to prioritize school, do it. Because all my life I've been prioritizing school. I wasn't making content. I wasn't hanging out with people. I wasn't going partying or anything. And I did well in school. I kind of don't regret it, because I was like, okay, I focused on school. And I got good grades, and I'm proud of what I did. And, but also having fun is great. And I don't regret having had fun these days. And I'm okay with the grades that I got. They were not the lowest, they were not the highest, but who cares? Nobody cares what grade I got. I don't care what the grades these people got. Like, it's not going to determine your success in life. So who cares? You know what I mean? Maybe you know more about one subject and you got a lower grade. Like, I know so many people who know more about certain subjects than other people, and they would get lower grades. And it's like, it doesn't really measure knowledge or whatever. You know what I mean? So try not to regret things. Just work your ass off. Do not give up. Even if you don't have a lot of time to study for an exam, just try to save it. Like, literally, let's say, like, I have this amount of time, okay? Focus on what you think is important. Focus on what you think is going to be on the test. Like, focus really hard on that. And yeah, it's going to be nerve-wracking. I was so nervous this morning, and I was so nervous yesterday, and I didn't sleep a lot, and I was really nervous. I was like, I feel like I know nothing. Like, I know things, but I feel like if I fuck it up, I'm going to get the lowest grade ever. But it always happens to me. I always think that before an exam, a lot of times. I don't know. And, but try to not give up. You know what I mean? Like, try to, if you had fun, it's cool. And if you don't have a lot of time to study for an exam, and it's in a day or two or whatever, try to do your best. Like, worst case scenario is failing. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're going to fail, like, who cares? I mean, it's not great advice if I'm giving it to you because I've never failed the subject. But what I was trying to say is, okay, maybe you think you're going to fail, whatever, but, like, don't even think about, like, failing. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't failed yet. You know what I mean? Like, and you didn't even know what they're going to ask you. Like, I didn't know that the exam was going to be that easy. You know what I mean? Like, if I had thought the exam was going to be really hard and I had assumed that I was going to fail, I wouldn't have studied. I probably wouldn't even gone to the exam. You know what I mean? Well, that's not true. I would have done it anyway. But the thing is, like, I was like, I'm going to try to do my best right now. And then if I fail or whatever, okay, I'll do it again. But I want to feel like I did everything that was in my hand, even if it was in the last minute. But I try to do everything that was in my hand the last 2 days, the last 3 days, whatever, you know? So do not give up. You don't know what they're going to ask in the exam. You probably know more than you think. And do not regret things. Do not regret having or not having done things. We're all trying to figure it out. None of us are perfect. So, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody else in my class was also disorganized, you know, because it always happens. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was a little ramble. I hope it helped someone out there, or at least if you relate, that is already more than enough. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.